This is the story about the legendary adventures of a wooden puppet who wanted to be a real boy. He was naughty and made mistakes, but had a big heart and had the courage to do what is right. Let me introduce you to Pinocchio. Pinocchio ran through the misty forest. His wooden legs moved quickly. The donkey parts kept appearing and disappearing from his body randomly. Pinocchio felt exhausted, cold, and hungry. Pinocchio regretted his laziness in the land of toys. He missed his father, Geppetto. A warm glow appeared through the trees. Pinocchio smelled roasted peanuts and sweet cotton candy. The wooden boy believed he had found a friendly village. Pinocchio hurried toward the light. He hoped for a warm meal. Pinocchio stepped into a wide clearing and stopped. The clearing was not a village. Huge tents with colorful flags stood under the stars. A large wooden sign read, "The Circus of the Stars." A heavy rope net fell from above. The net tangled around the wooden limbs of Pinocchio. Pinocchio struggled, but the net remained strong. A tall man stepped out of the shadows. The ringmaster wore a bright red coat, tall black boots, and a shiny top hat. He carried a long leather whip. The ringmaster stared at Pinocchio. The ringmaster looked at the wooden puppet. He saw the puppet had long, hairy donkey ears. A greedy smile spread across the face of the ringmaster. He realized the puppet was a unique treasure. The ringmaster knew he could make a fortune with a donkey puppet. The ringmaster dragged Pinocchio into a cold iron cage. The ringmaster locked the cage door with a heavy key. The ringmaster threw dry straw onto the floor. Pinocchio tried to explain he was a boy. Only loud donkey brays came from Pinocchio. Pinocchio cried wooden tears. His past mistakes trapped him in this cage. The next morning, the ringmaster began the training. The ringmaster wanted Pinocchio to perform tricks. The ringmaster pointed to a giant iron hoop. The assistants set the iron hoop on fire. Bright orange flames roared. The ringmaster ordered Pinocchio to jump through the burning hoop. Pinocchio shook his head in terror. Pinocchio was made of wood. Fire was the greatest enemy of the wooden boy. Pinocchio feared the fire would turn him into ash. The ringmaster growled and cracked his whip. Pinocchio trembled and stood still. The wooden puppet knew he had to be smart to survive. That night, the circus tent was full of people. The brass band played loud music. The crowd cheered. The ringmaster introduced the amazing donkey puppet. The ringmaster led Pinocchio to the center ring. A giant hoop of fire stood in front of Pinocchio. The fire burned bright. The ringmaster cracked his whip. The audience watched in silence. Pinocchio knew jumping through the flames was dangerous. He needed a plan to escape. Pinocchio ran toward the fiery hoop. Pinocchio clattered his wooden feet loudly. He neared the flames and pretended to slip. Pinocchio tripped over a brass drum. The puppet tumbled across the dirt ring. Pinocchio groaned loudly. He lay still on the dirt. Pinocchio reached into his pocket. He rubbed two dry sticks together. A loud cracking sound echoed through the tent. The crowd gasped. The spectators believed the donkey puppet had broken a leg. The ringmaster ran to Pinocchio and kicked the donkey puppet's leg. Pinocchio did not move. The donkey puppet pretended to be in deep pain. The crowd booed the ringmaster for his cruelty. The ringmaster was furious. The show was ruined. He dragged the donkey puppet behind the curtains. The crowd could not see them. The ringmaster did not want to pay for a broken puppet. He decided the donkey puppet was useless. The ringmaster wanted to discard Pinocchio. The ringmaster tied a heavy stone to Pinocchio's neck with a thick rope. The ringmaster placed Pinocchio onto a wooden cart. The ringmaster drove the cart to the edge of a high cliff. The ringmaster shoved Pinocchio off the high cliff. The wooden puppet fell through the night air. Pinocchio hit the freezing ocean with a loud splash. The heavy stone pulled Pinocchio into the dark depths. He sank toward the ocean floor. A miracle occurred. The cold salt water reacted with the magic of the clover Pinocchio had eaten. A bright turquoise light glowed around Pinocchio. The magic of the fairy with turquoise hair protected him. The warm light wrapped around the puppet. Pinocchio's long, hairy donkey ears began to shrink. The fur disappeared from the ears. The donkey ears vanished. The curse was gone. Pinocchio was a wooden puppet again. Pinocchio did not feel fur anywhere on his body. No donkey features were popping out of him anymore. The rope tied to his foot became loose. Pinocchio was free from the stone. Pinocchio was made of dry wood. He did not sink. He floated to the surface like a cork. Pinocchio kicked his wooden legs. He swam toward the surface. The ringmaster waited in a small rowboat. Pinocchio suddenly popped out of the water next to the boat. Pinocchio took a deep breath. He squirted a stream of water into the face of the ringmaster. The ringmaster screamed in surprise. The ringmaster lost his balance and fell backward into the rowboat. The ringmaster's shiny top hat fell into the ocean. Pinocchio laughed loudly. The wooden boy waved his hand at the angry ringmaster. Pinocchio turned and swam into the open water to search for Geppetto. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next quest. A like and a subscribe will help us stay connected with you. Also be a great source of encouragement for our team.